kind of discussion on the circular economy, that the fact that the technology starts to enable that to happen in a more secure way. Now we've had circular economies for a long time. It's basically what happened before money existed, and so it's that trading and bartering within an economy. But now we have a system whereby we can start to track that, whether that be clean water or biodiversity or energy or just microfinancing that can help in communities. It's actually starting to emerge. And one of the things that we've thought about a lot is the whole idea of the currency of the token is that it's just another representation of value in a different way to different people. And the fact that a $20 bill also doesn't exist. It's just it's a social construct that we have. And so crypto is just another social construct, but it can be really useful, as you said, because that inclusivity, that anyone can download a wallet and start to play in this. And I think that's really fascinating, as you talked about there. And that, I think one of the things you mentioned at the beginning, COP26. So I've been spent 20 years working on climate change stuff. I sometimes feel really bad about that because we're still in a pretty bad situation, right? So I mean, look at COP26. One of the key linchpins of that was $100 billion a year in climate finance from developed to developing countries. And you're absolutely right. There is so much that we're still waiting for governments to sign, to send this money. And they are doing that. The multilateral institutions are doing it. But we have a full decentralized economy, $2 trillion worth, that is there and is making more money all the time. Like it is.
So if I may, Adam, just think of it, and you mentioned it yourself, right? $100 billion fund waiting for governments and kind of alignment between so many stakeholders. You just take 5% of the current crypto economy, that's $100 billion.
There we go. Done. It's amazing. And people, I remember there's a famous quote from I think it's Bill Gates, where he said, there's a certain level of cheeseburger where it doesn't get any better. You can't enjoy the cheeseburger anymore. It just is still a cheeseburger. And so there's a point where the level of money can be used for so much more interesting and important things. So yeah, and I think the circular economy of finance here is emerging. We see this with these virtual microgrids. We see this with fintech in other ways. And I think that it's inexorable, right? It's going to happen. We are just moving along this path. The question is, can we get along the path fast enough to include people and stave off the worst of environmental and social degradation as we go along it?